African news update on top accolade news. The headlines: South Sudan President fires Upper Nile Governor. Ethiopia introduces bill requiring salary deductions. The ROC to impose cobalt export quotas. US delays $2.6 billion climate finance to South Africa. In politics, South Sudan President fires Upper Nile Governor. South Sudan's President Salva Kiir has removed the governor of Upper Nile State, James Odok, amid escalating clashes between the government troops and an ethnic militia linked to his rival, Riek Machar. The violence sparked by the White Army militia forcing a government retreat from the key town of Nasir has intensified the already fragile political standoff between Kiir and Machar. The government's detention of several SPLM-IO officials and the governor's sacking has raised concerns that the country may slide back into civil war. The United Nations reported that over 50,000 people have been displaced by the fighting, while fears grow that the 2013 to 2018 conflict may reignite. Still in politics, Ethiopia introduces bill requiring salary deductions. A new bill introduced to Ethiopia's House of People's Representative on March 18, 2025 aims to establish the Ethiopian Disaster Risk Management Commission as an independent body, while also requiring both government and private sector employees to contribute a portion of their salaries to fund disaster risk management. The draft proclamation sets up the Ethiopian Disaster Risk Response Fund, designed to support disaster reduction, response and rehabilitation efforts. It also outlined contribution from banks, microfinance institutions, telecommunication services, and various other sectors. While lawmakers have expressed concerns about the financial burden on fixed income earners, the bill has been referred to the Standing Committee on Foreign Relations and Peace Affairs for further review. Shifting focus to economy, DRC to impose cobalt export quotas. The Democratic Republic of Congo plans to impose export quotas on cobalt following a 4-month export ban as it seeks to manage a global supply glut and stabilize the market. The DRC, the world's leading cobalt producer, is also looking to partner with Indonesia to better regulate cobalt supply and pricing. The decision comes after cobalt prices fell to a historic low, driven by weak demand from automakers and increased copper production. Prime Minister Judith Suminwa Tuluka confirmed the move during a cabinet meeting, highlighting a dual approach focusing on exports and local mineral transformation. Indonesia, which also produces cobalt as a byproduct of nickel, has expressed interest in collaborating with the DRC to address the global cobalt supply chain. Moving to international relations, US delays $2.6 billion climate finance to South Africa. The United States is delaying a $2.6 billion climate finance disbursement to South Africa, sparking concerns that the funds could be withheld altogether. Earlier this month, U.S. representatives blocked a $500 million disbursement from the World Bank-linked climate investment funds, which was expected to unlock an additional $2.1 billion in funding. This decision could have significant implications for multilateral climate initiatives, as CIF is one of the largest funds aimed at supporting climate solutions in developing countries. A new attempt to approve the disbursement will occur in June. This delay follows the U.S. withdrawal from the United Nations Climate Damage Fund earlier this year, continuing a trend of scaling back participation in global climate efforts. You are watching the African News Update on Top Accolade News. Do stay with us. Still to come. Thanks for staying with us. Still in international relations, 70,000 South Africans seek refuge in U.S. Tensions between South Africa and the U.S. are escalating as nearly 70,000 South Africans expressed interest in relocating to the U.S. following a controversial offer from President Donald Trump to resettle Afrikaners claiming they are victims of racial discrimination. The South African Chamber of Commerce in the U.S. reported tens of thousands of registrations from people, primarily Afrikaners, seeking more information on refugee status. This comes after Trump's executive order in February which targeted white South Africans, particularly farmers, amid growing concerns about the country's land reform policies. Moving to conflict, M23 rebels advanced into Walikale despite ceasefire call. Rwanda-backed M23 rebels have pushed further into eastern Congo, reaching the outskirts of Walikale just a day after the presidents of Congo and Rwanda called for an immediate ceasefire. Locals reported gunfire near Walikale's neighborhood, and military sources confirmed clashes between the rebels, Congolese soldiers, and pro-government militias. This marks the farthest west the M23 rebels have advanced in their ongoing offensive. In entertainment, KHANYI MBAU stars in Netflix comedy. South African media personality and actress KHANYI MBAU is set to star in Netflix's upcoming comedy, Meet the Khumalos, where she takes on the role of Grace Khumalo, a woman whose seemingly perfect life is turned upside down. With rivalry, humor, and family drama at the core, Meet the Khumalo promises a captivating mix of comedy, emotion, and South African culture. Now in sports, Cameroon's World Cup hopes hits a snag. Cameroon were held to a surprising 0-0 draw by Eswatini in African World Cup qualifying on Wednesday, a result that raised eyebrows as the indomitable Lions failed to break down their much lower-ranked opponents. Despite creating chances, Cameroon couldn't find the back of the net. The draw leaves Cameroon unbeaten after 5 games, but vulnerable to losing their top spot in Group D ahead of their upcoming match against Libya. That concludes our African news update for today. Stay tuned for more African news and developments. Thanks for joining us. I am Ojarumi Okocha. Connect and engage with us on all our social media handles. Do have a wonderful day.